Have you ever sat in a room where everyone was laughing, responding, nodding confidently, and you were still trying to understand the first sentence? Have you ever listened to someone speak English so fast that it felt like a storm of words crashing against your confidence, and in that moment, you didn't just feel confused, you felt small? Today, I want to tell you something powerful. You are not slow. You are not incapable. You are simply learning. And learning is never a weakness. It is a revolution happening quietly inside you. Understanding fast English is not just about language. It is about belief. It is about patience. It is about refusing to let speed intimidate you. The world speaks quickly, but growth happens slowly. And there is nothing wrong with that. When someone speaks fast English, it may feel like they are miles ahead of you. But remember this, they were once exactly where you are standing, struggling, rewinding, repeating, guessing, feeling embarrassed. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is persistence. You don't need to run faster. You need to train smarter. And today, I will share with you powerful truths that will help you understand fast English not with fear, but with confidence. Train your ears before your tongue. Most people believe fluency begins with speaking. They rush to memorize sentences, practice accents, and impress others with pronunciation. But fluency does not begin with the tongue, it begins with the ear. Before you can respond confidently, you must first understand deeply. And understanding is a silent skill built in patience. When someone speaks fast English and you miss half of it, it is not because you are incapable. It is because your ears are not yet trained for that rhythm. Every language has its own music. English rises and falls. It stretches some words and swallows others. If you have not exposed yourself to that music repeatedly, it will feel overwhelming. Not because it is impossible, but because it is unfamiliar. Think of it like going to the gym for the first time. Your muscles feel weak, your body feels tired, and you wonder if you are made for this. But weakness is not failure. It is the beginning of strength. In the same way, when your brain feels tired after listening to fast English for 10 minutes, that is not a sign to stop. That is a sign your brain is building new connections. So start intentionally. Listen to short clips, play them again and again. Don't panic if you miss words. Focus on the overall message. Slowly increase the length. Gradually challenge yourself with faster speakers. Over time, your ears will begin to predict patterns. You will start recognizing common phrases before they even finish the sentence. What once sounded like noise will begin to sound like clarity. Do not rush this process. Speaking fluently without listening fluently is like building a house on sand. But when your ears are strong, your speech will naturally follow. Because when you truly understand, confidence no longer needs to be forced, it flows. Stop translating in your mind. One of the quiet habits that slows your understanding is this. You hear English, and your brain immediately runs to your native language for permission to understand it. While you are busy translating the first sentence, the speaker has already moved ahead. And then you panic. And when panic enters, comprehension leaves. Translation feels safe because it is familiar. But safety does not always create growth. When you translate every word, you are forcing your brain to take 2 steps instead of 1. To understand fast English, your mind must learn to process meaning directly without detours. Start small. When you hear simple words like water, happy, running, don't translate them. Picture them. Feel them. Associate English with images, emotions, and actions instead of your first language. Language is not a dictionary, it is experience. The moment you stop translating and start visualizing, something shifts inside you. The speed of understanding increases naturally. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will search for translation because that is what it has always done. But gently train it otherwise. Watch short videos without subtitles. Listen and try to grasp the idea instead of each word. Accept that you don't need 100% understanding to move forward. Even native speakers don't analyze every word, they absorb the message. When you think in English, even in broken English, you remove the delay, and when the delay disappears, speed no longer intimidates you. It simply becomes sound carrying meaning. Learn connected speech, not just words. If you learned English from textbooks, you were taught words clearly and separately. But real-life English is not spoken like a dictionary. Words blend. Sounds disappear. Sentences flow like water. And when you are not used to that flow, fast English feels like a blur. Native speakers don't say, "What are you doing?" clearly every time. It becomes "Whatcha doing?" They don't carefully pronounce every syllable. They connect sounds naturally. This is called connected speech. And if you ignore it, fast English will always sound different from what you studied. The solution is exposure. Watch interviews. Listen to conversations. Pay attention to how words melt into each other. Notice how tone changes meaning. Instead of focusing only on vocabulary, focus on rhythm. English has a heartbeat. When you understand its rhythm, speed stops feeling chaotic. Practice shadowing. Play a sentence and repeat it immediately, copying the flow, not just the words. Your goal is not perfection, your goal is familiarity. The more familiar you become with real pronunciation, the less shocking fast English will feel. Remember, the problem is not that English is too fast. The problem is that you were trained for slow English. And training can always be upgraded. Improve your vocabulary through context, not memorization. Many learners believe the secret to understanding fast English is memorizing hundreds of difficult words. They fill notebooks with definitions, synonyms, and translations. But when a real conversation happens, they still feel lost. Why? Because conversation is not about isolated words, it is about connected meaning. When you memorize words without context, they stay trapped in your memory but not in your understanding. To truly recognize words at high speed, you must see them living inside sentences. Learn phrases, not just vocabulary. Learn how people actually use the language in real life. For example, instead of memorizing the word opportunity, learn the phrase grab the opportunity or missed the opportunity. When you hear it in conversation, your brain recognizes the pattern instantly. That recognition is faster than translation. Also, train yourself to understand the main idea. If you catch 70% of the message, you are already succeeding. Do not let the missing 30% destroy your confidence. Even native speakers rely on context clues when they miss something. The goal is not perfection. The goal is connection. When you focus on meaning instead of individual words, your brain becomes quicker, sharper, and more relaxed. And relaxation improves understanding more than pressure ever will. Practice daily, even when it feels uncomfortable. Understanding fast English is not built in 1 week. It is built in daily discipline. 10 focus minutes every day is more powerful than 2 exhausted hours once a month. Consistency trains your brain to adapt. Irregular effort confuses it. At first, you will feel frustrated. You will replay sentences again and again. You will wonder why others understand so easily. But what you see as ease is often years of practice. Do not compare your journey to someone else's timeline. Growth is personal. Challenge yourself gently but consistently. Listen to a short podcast daily. Increase the speed slightly over time. Repeat difficult parts. Speak along with the audio. Let your brain stretch. Mental discomfort is a sign of development, not defeat. And most importantly, measure progress monthly, not daily. Today you may feel slow, but after 3 months of consistent practice, you will suddenly realize you are understanding conversations that once felt impossible. Speed will not defeat you. Because persistence always defeats speed. In the end, understanding fast English is not a matter of talent, it is a matter of courage, patience, and consistency. Every moment you spend listening, visualizing, and practicing is a step toward confidence. You are not behind anyone else, you are on your own path of growth. The words that once felt like a storm will gradually become a melody, and you will find yourself following it naturally. Remember, fluency is built silently, in the daily choices you make to show up, even when it feels uncomfortable. Believe in your ability to adapt. Trust the process of training your ears, thinking in English, and learning language in context. Every small effort compounds, turning confusion into clarity, hesitation into understanding. One day, fast English will no longer intimidate you. It will become a language you not only hear, but feel, comprehend, and respond to with confidence. Keep going, because your journey to understanding is already your victory in motion.